The views, information, and opinions expressed during the following program are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent the views of Access Communications, its representatives, or its employees.
Welcome to the second part of the show here. We're back at the Labor Day Show and Shine. It's a lot of fun and there's a lot of people here. So let's go check out some cars. Hey, we're here with the Regina Motorcycle Association. We've got the El Presidente, Neil Hintz, and Gary Hubquat. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, Garrett? Garrett, okay. And so you brought along your right-hand man here, Santa. It's a little early, isn't it?
Well, we every September we do the toy run. And what we do is we do donations. So we do a parade, and we encourage everyone to come out. We put toys on their bike, and we donate about $30,000 to $40,000 a year of toys to the Salvation Army for kids for Christmas.
Wow.
And someone gets to dress up as Santa every year, so it's kind of fun.
So have either one of you guys got a bike here?
Yeah, we all do. We actually have 21 members, and we all have motorcycles here today.
What have you got here? What does Garrett got?
I've got my Road Glide Ultra.
Let's have a look at that over there. Let's wheel over there and see what you got. Then we'll have a look at Garrett's. Is this here? Right here? Ah! So tell us a little bit about your bike, Neil.
That's a 2012 Road Glide. I've done lots of work to it, bars, pipes, motor. It's a touring bike. I just got back from Utah.
Utah?
Utah, yeah. So
what were you doing there?
Just headed south. And
You wanted to see the tabernacle.
Yeah. They're working on it right now. But
are they? Okay.
Through the mountains. It's we went through Montana and Yellowstone National Park and just ended up down there.
Were you by yourself or you take the friend?
No, I went with a friend. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, nice. That's a long drive. Hey, what's this little character down here?
It's just one of the motorcycle toys. I think that's one of the Jesse James Copper bikes.
Oh, cool. So how long have you had your bike here?
I've had it 6 years.
And it runs good for you when you were driving?
Yeah, it runs great. The Air Cold 103, they get a little hot when it's 30 degrees out, that's for sure. You can definitely feel it, but they're great running motorcycles. And, it's got cruise control, radio, the Bluetooth, they're pretty comfortable. There's no doubt about it.
Let's go back to the Regina Motorcycle Association. Why are you guys here today? This is your anniversary.
So we donate money to the community. We made a donation to the food bank here with Access, and we fundraise about $8,000 to $10,000 a year, and we give back to the community. So we're a nonprofit, and
somebody told me this was an anniversary year. Is that right? Yeah. So this is our
40th anniversary. So we've been incorporated for 40 years, it's our big 40th.
So it's the thing is, sometimes motorcycling gets kind of a askance look because people think, oh, bikers, but you're giving back to the community and you're enjoying the hobby and having fun.
Absolutely, yeah. We gave back to last year. I think we gave to the Humane Society. We gave to mental health. We gave to the Cancer Foundation, the Patient Care Fund specifically, and I think we gave to breast cancer and prostate this year. So we give back quite a bit to our community.
You're giving. There's no doubt about it. So what's the background of your members? They come from all walks of life?
Basically, you have to have a registered motorcycle and have an interest in doing some of our activities, or fundraising activities, or toy run, things like that. And most of our guys are mechanical. We work on our own bikes. And
oh, good. Well, I know you are a little bit. Well, let's talk to Garrett a little bit. bit. Where's your bike?
Well, this is my 2017 Road Glide.
Eagle.
Screaming Eagle. There's a few parts on it that's Screaming Eagle and a little bit jazzed up here and there, but this is my Road Glide that I've been working on slowly, keeping it nice and shiny, I guess. And
What's the best part of belonging to the club here?
oh, the best part is the brotherhood and all the charities that we do. Like we do hand out, like Neil was saying, we do hand out a lot of money to local. We like to keep it local in Regina here, so we do quite a bit, and that's what I enjoy, is giving back.
Do you guys have a ride night or anything that you do at all?
We usually do Wednesdays. We usually go for a ride.
Oh,
not too much because everybody's got walks of life in our association, so some guys are on shift work nights, so it's kind of hard to do, but we usually try to do once a month.
Get out and cruise around.
Get a
little bit.
cruise around.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you very much, Garrett. And I think we'll just close off with Neil. So any final thoughts with the club and what's coming up in the future?
No, we're just excited to grow our toy run, make it bigger and better, and our goal is 500 bikes this year, and so we invite
500 bikes. Wow.
We'd invite all motorcycles out and throw a toy on your bike and help your community.
Hey, we're here with John Bailey, CEO of the Food Bank. So what do you think, John? Are we having a good day today?
This has been an amazing day. It's a little bit hot, but we're lots of free water and lots of ice cream. And
Oh, where's the ice cream? Who's giving out ice cream?
Access is given out just on the other side of the building.
I'll be right back, John.
Yeah, well, get in line. You won't be right back. Be sure to get some for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Well, you should grab up a bunch of ice cream, take it back to the food bank.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit of what your experience is with the show and shine. This is your first year or second year?
Well, it's actually my third year.
Third year?
Yeah, third year. So I've had a little bit of everything. Had a rainy day. We had a pandemic, so that was an issue thing. And now last year was a beautiful day, and this year's an awesome, beautiful sunny day. A little bit warm, but I'll take that over the rain any day.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So what does it mean for the food bank when people come in the cars? They're donating food and money. Does it make a big difference?
Well, it makes a huge difference. I mean, we're looking at numbers that we've never seen before. So even if you think about middle of the pandemic, we're still up about 10 to 15% over that. So we're gonna have about 140,000 points of service this year. So events like this make a huge impact in our ability to serve.
What do you mean by points of service? Tell us.
Well, what happens is, the way we look at it is people can come up to 26 times a year. So every time they come, that's 1 point of service, and a family of 5 would be sort of 5 points.
140,000?
Yeah, so it's a really big number. Yeah.
That is a big number. Holy smokes. Well, hopefully this is a big turning point for you with Access here. I know that people are donating food and money and all that sort of stuff. So, and the food bank's an essential thing, and there's many other things you do beside giving food away, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but you do other things. Tell us about that.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a number of programs from our urban gardening, which allows people to sort of connect with food, to nutrition programs where we go in and help people sort of figure out how to stretch their food dollars and everything in between. Because I think the big part of what we want to make sure is people who need food get it today, but we also want to make sure that we're doing what we can to make sure people don't face food insecurity in the future and sort of help be part of the process that breaks the cycle of food insecurity in our city.
Sounds good. Anything you want to say to the crowd or the car community here now that we've got you online here?
Well, just thank you for everything. This is such an amazing event, and it's not possible without the people like the Collectors Car Club and Access Communications, and obviously everybody coming out and enjoying a beautiful day, looking at some really cool cars.
Well, thank you for being our, part of one of our partnership groups here, the Food Bank, and we just love everything you do, and I know it's making a difference in Regina.
Awesome. Well, thank you for everybody for coming out.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're here with Jim Dean. Jim, you've been involved with this car show for how long?
Well, since day one, Bob. It's our 15th annual, and we had a rain out one year, and of course it was canceled for 1 year for COVID, so it'll be 17 years ago. So it's.
I was just thinking about the reflecting of all the years. So it would have been 17. We did 15 shows. Is that what we did?
This will be the 15th, yeah.
So what do you think over the years when you think
well,
about it?
it's come a long way. The first show, I think we had about 180 cars, and
actually I didn't mind that show.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good little show.
Yeah, it was right over on the other side of the field.
It was,
there,
and we invited people to come down and bring a non-perishable food item for the food bank. So the food bank has been the beneficiary of the show every year since the beginning, way back when, and I've I think we've raised a lot of money for the food bank over the years, and as John will tell you, over at the food bank, every dollar raised provides 3 meals for people with with food insecurity. So it's a worthy cause.
Jim, you got their lines down pretty good. I like that.
do.
You're better than him.
Yeah, well, yes, I do. But
No, I mean in a good way. I like
Yeah.
that. So I guess when I think about it, we've had 15 shows, and we've had a lot of fun. We've had sponsors, and we've brought people on. Any thoughts and memories over the last 15 years that kind of jump to mind?
well, it always brings a smile to my face, Bob, when I walk around and look at the cars. It's I see stuff every year that I've never seen before. And talked to a guy with an old BMW I-Set over there. In 1957, he's owned it since new. So
What?
There's some great stories, and so things like that.
He's owned it since.
Yeah, you just things you don't see and every day, and it's great the stories that car guys can tell, or car people, and it's a family event. And
Absolutely, it really is.
yeah, part of the success of this is we've combined a very nice car show, a lot of great cars, and a great community event, great family event, with supporting a very worthy cause. And so I think that's been the magic of the car show over the years.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we've got bikes involved, we've got trailers and tractors.
There's
and
even a John Deere tractor over
I
here.
know,
so,
and that was
yeah.
a great story. The guy
Yeah.
only rebuilt 15 or 20 of them.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So what I like about that is it's really the whole Access community is together. It's not just car buffs. There's families, there's kids, there's people interested in motorcycles. And there they go.
Yeah, yes, that's right. And I think the other part of the magic of this show too, Bob, is that you can show what you bring. So it's okay. Bring whatever you've got, whatever your work of art might be, or your project, or whatever it might be.
I like that.
Bring it down, and you can show it. And,
we
we're
want
happy to have it. Yeah, you
we
bet.
want to see it. I love all those stories.
Yeah.
And some of the projects which look like real sleepers, all of a sudden you hear the story, you go, oh, my brother started this car, I finished it off, and
Yeah.
we're still working on it, or Grandpa's car, there was a 64 Chevy there. And we're sitting beside your beautiful Corvette here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about your car, Jim.
Well, it's a 1965 Corvette. It's a lot of options back in the day, so it's what's known as a second generation Corvette, Stingray.
Yes.
This has the 327. Last year for the 327, called an L76 motor.
Nice
It's got
motor, dude.
Yeah, it's got the high duration cam and the solid lifters. So it's
Beautiful.
it's last year for that particular motor, but.
And the off-road exhaust too.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
always been just really love that off-road.
Well, yeah,
exhaust.
this is actually this is the first year for side pipes and side pipe exhaust, and this is one of I think 700
Really?
side pipe original cars. Yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah.
Well, any final thoughts, Jim?
Well, it's good. It's been a great day here today. It's 33 degrees in the shade, but still, it's a warm one. But it beats the alternative, and we've got a great turnout. And again, all supporting a worthy cause. Well over 500 cars here today. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And your sponsors, I've talked to CA, they're happy as heck, and they've been great. Christina, all the whole gang there. So it's
You bet.
kudos to you, Jim. I think it was you're one of the guys who came up with this idea, or maybe the guy, and
Probably,
it's
yes, yeah.
fantastic. So
Well, we couldn't do it without our sponsors. I mean, it might have been my idea, Bob, but certainly couldn't do it without the Collectors Car Club, our sponsors, and the 75 or 100 volunteers that we get every year. So.
Well, I talk to guys through car shows all through the summer, and this is one of the highlights of the season.
Yeah.
People are looking forward to it.
It's a great show. It really is. It's a community event, and it's a great show.
And you've contributed a lot, you personally, and Access here to the community, and it's we salute you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, we're with Benjamin Coyle, and you've got a DeLorean, and tell us, you came a long ways for this show.
I did, yeah. So I just finished a 31-hour road trip to get here from Camel River, Vancouver Island. My buddy Josh shot.
Were you wheels up in the air, or were you on pavement the whole way?
I stayed on pavement, except for once I hit the Saskatchewan roads, I probably bounced off the ground a couple times. But no, my buddy Josh lives out here, and we brought it out here to do an engine swap on it. So right now it's got the stock engine in it, and we're swapping in a K24 2004 Honda motor with a Garrett turbo and a Porsche 911 transmission. Josh is going to be managing the project, and our good friend Colin G is going to be doing most of the fabrication.
That's a lot of work there.
Yeah.
So where's this engine? Let's have a look at it here.
So the engine's a bit hard to get at, but if you got a minute, I can pop it open.
Well, let's just see.
Sure. So I just got to take these off of here.
Yeah, okay.
So this is a luggage rack. It was a DeLorean-specific accessory that there weren't very many of them made. So I picked that up, had it welded, and then powder coated to match the wheels.
Okay, good.
Now,
So when you're driving it, do you feel like you're going back to the future?
by the amount of attention it gets and the amount people ask about that stuff, absolutely.
Look at this thing. Oh, there's a little bit going on here then. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh my God, one more compartment after another. I shouldn't have asked you for so much work here.
That's okay. I'm just charging you by the hour.
Yeah. Oh, is this the original DeLorean?
This is the original motor.
What did they have in there?
So it's a PRV V6, which is Peugeot Renault Volvo.
Peugeot Renault Volvo.
In
Holy
its stock
smoke.
configuration, they're about 130 horsepower.
Okay.
I've changed out the airbox, cold air intake, throttle body spacer, and the exhaust, which are the main power limiting factors.
So how many cubic inches or cc's or what do we got there?
It's 2.8 liter.
2.8 liter.
Yeah.
So you're dumping this.
I am. Yep. So
Why?
Because it sucks.
What do you mean, John DeLorean didn't build a good engine?
This wasn't the engine he envisioned having in the car. It was kind of an 11th hour thing that got put together. When he was building it originally, it was going to be a Wankel rotary engine.
Wankel.
And that deal fell apart right near the end, so we had to scramble to get a motor, and this is what he ended up with.
So this is a
Peugeot Renault Volvo.
Peugeot.
So they call it a PRV.
That's a lot of work.
It is.
Get all that together.
100%.
Did they build that engine specifically for the DeLorean?
No, it's in a bunch of other cars.
Okay.
Yeah, an Alpine.
So he was going with a stock engine that he could get and find,
exactly.
eh?
So the main Achilles heel why people think they suck so much, other than me being an owner and knowing it does, is this is the mechanical K-Jet fuel injection system.
Okay.
Now, the issue and the reason this one runs well is because I drive it all the time. A lot of guys are fair weather drivers and they only take them out on car shows and sunny days. Gets all gummed up and then it fails on you. So that's where the Achilles heel is. The other part that's not great about it is they are very low horsepower based on today's standards. I shouldn't be so hard on them, though. In 1981, it was fair for what it was.
Yeah.
But definitely want to wake it up a little bit.
I just watched a little documentary. Let's go and have a look inside there.
Sure, absolutely.
Do you have the flux capacitor in there?
I do so. So you got the flux capacitor in the back there. Up on the dash, I have a GPS speedometer that actually is live and reads the kilometers as you're driving. The Doc's little alarm clock for telling Marty when to hit the gas, go into the lightning strike. And the screen in the middle is an Alpine head unit that the wallpaper is the time circuits from the car. So a couple little props all throughout.
So you drove this car from Campbell River here?
I did, yeah.
Did you have any trouble at all?
No, it ran very well, nice and solid. It was almost enough to make me reconsider swapping it, but not quite.
Gee.
Yeah. And then other customization
I love
we've
this
done.
little light in here.
Yeah, these are so you don't bonk your head. They're supposed to make it so you can see it a little better.
The gull wing model by
Gull wing.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
right. And then you
is
can
that the
see
fuel tank in the front there?
Fuel tank's in the front, so you pop that open and that's how you fill up with gas. It's got a frunk on it as opposed to what you're used to with the engine in the front. Obviously you saw that was in the back.
So this rear engine or mid-engine design was that was pretty cool at that time. There weren't a lot of cars that were running that.
Absolutely. And then under the frunk here, you can see the onboard.
The frunk.
You can see the onboard air tank, the compressor, and the manifold that controls the air ride.
Oh, you got an air ride going on.
So it'll go up and down, and definitely helps with comfort and ability to drive over some pretty rough roads. So.
Well, thanks for joining us here on Cruisin, and thanks for coming out to the Labor Day Show and Chat. All the way from Campbell River, BC.
Campbell River, 31 hours to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, we're here with Merv Armstrong, and he's with Swervin' Indy, and it's a company you started how many years ago?
13 years now.
Ah, so what's the deal? Tell us a little bit about these little carts.
Originally when we started this, it was kind of a takeoff idea of what Arthritis Society Mini Grand Prix used to be.
Oh, yeah.
With a bunch of us still had our cars, and we still raced each other in whatever parking lot we could find.
Yes.
And so when I semi-retired from engineering, I started this company as a event management group where you could, we did charity fundraisers
Oh,
for.
you let people race the cars and bring them out and have fun with it?
We started out with arthritis mini or juvenile diabetes.
Okay.
And then we went to Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada. We raised over $80,000 for them.
Okay.
And the last 6 years we've been with Canadian Mental Health and their OSI program, which is a program for occupational stress injury.
Okay. So let's look at one of these cars that you tell us a little bit about. Which one do you want to tell us about? Pick one.
Oh, let's pick my favorite.
The Moose Jaw Ford?
The Moose Jaw. Okay, so 2 years ago, when COVID hit, we started because we had a lot of interest in the high school teachers coming out and saying, hey, how do we get our kids involved in this mini Indy? So I said, well, you can buy a car or you can use one of my cars and that kind of thing. And then, of course, COVID came along and that sort of went nowhere. But then I was sitting around debating what to do with these things, and then I've been doing a lot of reading about electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles, that kind of thing, and being an engineer and a former member of Society of Automotive Engineers, I thought, let's go to some of the high schools and see if anybody's interested in doing this. So this is our first year competitive group. Oh. We've got teams from the first car there is Punachai.
Okay. Oh, Punachai, really?
Yep. That's what the P is for, Punachai.
Okay.
We go to the various schools. We got permission from the Ministry of Education.
These are electric cars?
These are all electric.
Oh,
so what we do is
no more Briggs & Stratton motor.
Well, they all came with Briggs & Stratton on them, but the goal was, okay, your kids would learn basic automotive skills. So all the kids, every one of these cars is painted by a student, right? Under the guidance of their local Ford dealership, like Saskatoon here, number 6, that's Jubilee Ford.
Yes.
This, of course, the flame job is that's Moose Jaw Ford, Punachai, and Piapot First Nation.
Okay.
These guys are all with Bennett Dunlop. The 60 car is Saskatoon. The 16 car is North Battleford, Valley Ford.
You're getting around the province.
Oh, and we're bigger now. I mean, this is just our first year, so 9 competitors.
Wow.
Because of the fact that pretty much all of these cars went into the Ford shops, and the kids were taught by the Ford technicians.
Really?
Yeah, like this car here. The kid, he's 15 years old. He hand painted this car.
Wow.
And then
hand painted?
Yes, and then the guys from Moose Jaw just clear coated it.
Oh my God! He's got that lightning running.
He also
did
this one on the end here.
Oh my God! This kid's talented.
Oh, he is.
I wonder how he gets that smoke yellow in there, that flame. Holy dynamite!
I mean,
I'd love to know how to do that.
Just the creativity that these kids have, and then of course, like what we do is.
Well, you found a whole new life here, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to. Yes, well, I'm retired, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
Every one of these cars now, like I said, came with a 6-horse Briggs & Stratton.
Yes.
The kids pull the engine off. They're allowed to. We want them to rebuild the engine, so they get some small engine experience.
Yes.
They do all their own welding, frame straightening. Then, of course, they do all of this stuff here. So we supply them with a 48-volt brushless DC motor. Then there's a 52-volt brushless.
I'm gonna say what?
48-volt brushless DC motor.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right?
Brushless,
yeah.
yes.
Brushless, yeah.
Yes.
Then it's a 52-volt lithium battery pack, the controller, and all the wiring goes here. Now, Moose Jaw, of course, with the military, they put everything inside an ammo can.
Yeah, exactly.
But every one of these cars ran all day long full bore on a single charge. Nobody plugged their cars in. I mean,
Wow.
they ran all day long full bore.
Gee.
The gas cars had vapor issues, fuel issues,
heating. all that
yeah,
stuff,
they couldn't take the heat because it was a
Fueling.
30-degree day.
Yeah.
And but I mean, still, I like gas, but this is the future right here. Electric cars.
Well, you're teaching the kids right from
Yep.
the get-go.
Yep.
Thank you very much for taking this interview, and
Well, maybe later you'll go for a scrape.
yeah. Okay, we're here with Terry Bamer, and he's got what do we got here? A Master. What is this? A Pontiac or?
1940 Chev Master 85.
Is this like a family car, or what is this, Terry?
No, I bought it probably 20 years ago. I found it on a farm south of Moose Jaw.
Okay.
And I drag it home, and it sat in another bush for another 10 years. And then we dragged it out, started fixing it. We put a motor from a 79 Chevy van into it. So it's got a V8, 305 V8.
Really?
Transmission, yeah. It's got a Nova rear end in it.
So this thing has got some hop to it then.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. It's got the open headers on it.
Is that a bullet hole?
There's a bullet hole there.
Ah. And so you got those live headers sitting out front there?
Yeah.
Ooh, wide
So
open.
you've got to put some earplugs in too when you drive it.
Let's have a look at your special door locks. Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh,
There you go. So you can't.
nobody's going to steal that, huh? That's good. Oh, I see you've got an opener in the back
tractor.
and a couple of tractor seats in there.
Chewing tobacco.
Chewing tobacco,
Old fence.
old
boards,
fence posts.
The
Yeah.
railway.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The seats are from a '79 Chevy van.
Oh, this is cool. Cool. I love it. And it's got a modern day powertrain in it.
Yeah.
That's the
and then
best
all
part,
new
huh?
all new brakes, and then disc brakes on the front. Nova rear end. It's got a '69 Nova rear end in it.
So it hauls a little bit, huh?
Yeah, so it goes pretty good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Nice, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye now. Hey, we're here with Rick Creelman. He's with the Regina Corvette Club. So how many members have you got here?
We've got six cars today. So we've got 6 members that came with us for the show.
How old is that club? It's been around for a while, hasn't it?
It was formed in 1981, I believe.
Okay. So how many Corvettes have you had, Rick?
This is my 3rd one.
Ah, and this is a C5, C6?
This is C5, yep.
C5, okay. So where did you find your car?
This car I found through a friend of mine just outside of Edmonton. He had an acreage, and the guy who lived across the road from him had this car. I bought it in 2015. The guy that owned it had bought it from the original owner. The original owner bought the car in Victoria, put 1,800 kilometers on it.
1,800?
Yeah, 1,800, and then sold it to this guy, who in turn sold it to me in 2015.
So how many K are on it now?
72,000.
So you did a little driving.
Yeah,
then,
did a little driving.
Oh, that's nice. So
And
the
it's
C5.
it's a Z06 model.
So what does that mean, Z06 model? Tell us a little bit about the
The
specs.
Z06 is, I guess in a few words, is a factory race car.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot lighter than the base C5s. It's got thinner glass. It's got all sorts of weight
they sort of
reduction, so it
detailed
goes
it.
fast. So it could go fast.
So what do you got for horsepower in there, do you think?
Well, it's claimed to be 405. I've put a set of headers on it.
So you've let
And
it
low,
breathe a bit?
and low restriction mufflers, and it comes with that a tune. So I'm thinking maybe another 30, 40 horsepower, maybe.
That's pretty good for a light car like this. What does it weigh in at about?
3116,
Yeah,
3120.
just a ton and a half, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Let's have a look inside here.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about the club. Is it fun? What do you guys
Oh,
do?
we do all sorts of
Cruises and
cruises. We traveled different competition weekends around Western Canada on long weekends.
Yeah, you do gymkhanas and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do that where we do the slalom racing.
You even have a trunk. Do you have a trunk?
We do.
Gee. Some of the Corvettes I had didn't have
Yeah,
a trunk.
the C6s went to hatchbacks.
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be a little messy, but
No, that's good. You got room.
well, a little room.
Well,
I
it's
had a
not that.
C4 before this. It was a convertible,
Yes.
and the convertibles, I just got no room in them whatsoever.
I had a C4, 89. Just
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, you're a little knapsack, and that's it for you.
Yeah, so this is a step up from the convertible, and then the C6s go to a hatchback. And
Okay.
they've got a ton of room.
Well, they start thinking about people actually taking a holiday
Yeah,
with their car.
yeah.
For 15 years, this event has supported a very worthy cause in our community, the Regina Food Bank. We've had a great day today. Great weather, great cars, great attendance, all for a great cause. And I'm pleased to announce that together, all of us here today have raised $46,300 for the Regina Food Bank. And that's a record amount. Congratulations, everyone.